They say this line, let's take a ride, and I don't mean in a car with the DOCI, the double L-I. Birthday baby celebrating, doing right, not wrong. We thanking God, mom and dad with a birthday song.
God, mom and dad, I wouldn't be here celebrating without you. God bless us all, and this is true. I thank you.
I need the room is full of love, not an ounce of hate. We came to celebrate a birth on a specific day. We're gonna add a slice of lemon for a little twist, so everybody find a blessed born, blow 'em a kiss. And when I say to blow a kiss, I mean the lady to man. If you're the same agenda, hug 'em or just shake his hand. The whole intent's not forget that everything here is good. See, I ain't trying to cross your comfort zone. Is that understood? We ask for presents on our birthday in the form of a gift, but it's the presence of his essence when he starts to uplift. You see, there's no amount of money in the end of the star. You can't compare to what you're feeling when it's touching your heart. So howdy ho, let's go. People get up and dance. And on your birthday, each and every one is getting a chance. So in this order, give thanks, loud and making it clear. Thank you, God, mom and daddy, cause I wouldn't be here.
God, mom and dad, I wouldn't be here celebrating without you. God bless us all, and this is true. I thank you.
We had to have a little fun, dance a party in peace. Pay homage to our parents, family, friends, and the feast. So if you feel any anger, ain't no room for the beat. Turn around and hit the door, and what we telling them, peace. See the time so out of order, that's becoming the norm. Got the faith to keep believing as we weather the storm. Got to feel this back together, as we assemble, we pray for the person of the happy birthday. Split the floor, spread it out, give the ladies some room. And barbecues, clubs, wedding for the bride and the groom. Yeah, the mood was the bomb, everybody went boom. They didn't practice what they did, I would have to assume. I think we're coming to an ending. Are you ready to stop? Give it up one more time, mom and pop. Now the better way to end it, gotta say it loud. Each and every day you give us, thank you, God.
God, mom and dad, I wouldn't be here celebrating without you. God bless us all, and this is true. I thank you. God, mom and dad, I wouldn't be here celebrating without you. God bless us all, and this is true. I thank you. Happy birthday.
All right. What's happening, everybody? What's happening? This is your man, DOCI, double L-R, in the building. Welcome to the Unity by Default show. I decided that I was going to come on and go live tonight because today is my mother, rest in peace, her happy, heavenly birthday. And I wrote that song for a reason. It's called My Birthday Thanks. And I wrote it because I thought about all of the things that we do as people when it comes to our day of birth. You know, the whole happy birthday thing. And a lot of people really, really don't get the gist of that. The happy birthday, you should be wishing the person that gave birth the happy birthday. The person that was given birth to should be giving thanks to the Creator for blessing the union which came together, which contributed to their birth. And that was the whole thing when I was writing that song. That's why I say thank you, God, mom, and daddy, because I wouldn't be here. Woo! I wanted to do that. Plus, I wanted to get back in the mode of doing the Unity by Default show because there's a significance to UBD. Unity by default. Either we unite and come together like we're capable of doing as human beings, as individuals, sovereigns that were, souls that have taken that shape in a human, in a human body, that shell. And man, just giving thanks and showing some appreciation for it. Because we don't come together, what I found is people have found ways to divide us and conquer us. And it's not a good look. Um, as we're here, we've been told that, we were slaves and all of this kind of good stuff. And people would make you think that that's where everything got started, when in actuality, it wasn't. There are lots of things that happened in between. Um, but again, I'm not going to go on too long about any of that because I really want to jump into some subject matters. But what I wanted to do was place something on the table. And what I want to place on the table is, in the description box, I put it's an open forum tonight. So as you come in, I'd like you to step inside the house. And since it's cold outside, it's wintertime, I'd like you to wipe your feet and hit the like button as you see scrolling at the bottom of the screen. Please like, share, and subscribe. Again, I said please like, share, and subscribe. Because what the plan is to get all of you, no matter where you're coming in from. You got people that's going to be checking in from Georgia, California, from overseas, what have you, that may tune into the show. And I'm just going to open the discussion and put some things on the table and see how you feel about it. And I'm open to suggestions. That's why I say it's an open forum. So if we got young people out there that may have questions about something, some people that may be grown, that may have kids, that may be missing that father figure or that uncle figure, that male influence that would give them some type of direction and some good information that could help them in their plight to what they may call success, or just some friendly guidance. So I present myself to you as a leader in the community, as a person who has experience in many areas. I come from the hoods here in Chicago. I went to high school in Georgia. I'm very well rounded. I've traveled the world, as a matter of fact. And there are a few things that I know about. And if I don't know about something and there's something that you're curious about, trust and believe. If you let me know about it, I will find answers. That's one thing that I do. I research very well. So with that being said, man, I want to throw something on the table. I was running across some ideas that I had for a show. And actually, as I was looking at some of the notes that I took, I wanted to go with this particular topic, but then, and I'll read it off. And it goes as follows. Is your friend or family member in an abusive relationship? Do you know what the signs are? Are they crying out for help? How would you know or recognize it? Are you that friend who's been abused before? And do you see patterns revealing itself in a friend or family member? How about we talk about it? And as I thought about that, we may have people that are going through that. And if that's the case, the number to call in is scrolling across the bottom of the screen. That number is 708-688-9585. Again, look at the bottom of the screen, but you can look at the bottom of the screen. And I think it's in the description when you tap on and check out the video. Let me make sure. I got my little, open discussion. Okay, the number isn't there, but it's definitely scrolling across the bottom of the screen. I can see that myself. But anything that you like to talk about. I'm thinking primarily about focusing on a few things. One of those things being with the pandemic going on, some of the difficulties, some of the challenges that you as a parent may have, or possibly students, some of the challenges you may be going through, because it's coming down hard on the children, whether people want to believe it or not. And I think as elders and parents, big homies, whatever you want to call us, we have a responsibility, a duty to bring something to these young people, these people who may be inexperienced or haven't had or don't have the proper guidance. And what I like to do is kind of open the door and bring about some, some type of solution, just something. Put something on the table. Let us know what it is you're going through. Um, I'm going to give a call to a friend, Lynn Witherspoon. I may check out Milton Golden as well. Um, they run an organization called Roll Call, and they deal with a lot of young people because I want to open the door to have some of that information that's needed to help guide some of our young people. They deal with troubled teens. I don't know exactly what the age groups are. I went out with them over the course of the summer, this past summer, and did a thing with them on a voting drive over in K Town on the west side of Chicago. It was very successful. Um, but when I saw them interacting with these children and doing what they do, I felt a strong sense of community. And community is critical in what's going on today. So, what I want to do, I'm going to see if I can get Milton on the phone, either him or Lynn. What I'll do is send a text to Lynn and see what's going on. So, please forgive me. I got some people on here. I see people checking in, I think. Let's go. Da, 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 da. Please forgive me. I'm not being rude. I'm just trying to make sure that we got our communications going according to the way that it should be. Turn this volume down because somebody sent me a text and I have no idea what this is. Okay. Yeah, that's a spiritual thing. I'll leave that to myself right now. Back to Milton. Let me see if I can get him on the phone. Or better yet, because I think Lynn said that she was going to be tied into something, maybe a class or something tonight. But I'm going to check with her to see if she's on. Boom. On air right now. Give me a call if you're available. Okay. Now, let's see how many people we have here. If there's anybody checking in right now. I see somebody gave me a thumbs up already. Da, 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 da. Okay. So, again, I want to cover some bases here. I want to talk about some of the difficulties that we're having, be it via remote learning, um, abuse. I want to find out if there's anybody out there that's going through some difficult times. I'll send you the link. Okay, definitely. Give me a quick second. She just checked in with me, and that was man, I love that. Very, very quick response. That's beautiful. Boom, 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 boom. No thanks. Bingo. It's showing live right now. Where is it at? Where is it at? Okay, you're telling me that we're live, but I don't see the video. Oh, there it is right there. Okay. Share. Technology is a beautiful thing. Recent. Bingo. All right, I just sent it out to you, Lynn, so you can give me a call. You can call me at my personal number, or you can call in on the Unity by Default line. That number is scrolling across the bottom of the screen. That's 708 688 9585. Again, for those tuning in, please subscribe, like, and share the video. So, again, um, what was I? Oh, we were talking about abuse and recognizing the signs of abuse um, amongst friends and family members, and some of the things that they could be going through, or maybe you've experienced. And I had a coworker tell me today that one of the things that they've seen that happens is you may get a friend that will call your number and they would just sit the phone down. Maybe they're being abused verbally, or there's something going on, and maybe they're actually just looking for uh, an oral witness, someone to hear what's going on in the background. And if that's the case, then um, you want to be able to recognize that, and if so, do something as simple as call somebody that can offer aid and assistance, be it the police, what have you, um, or come over, or, I mean, there's many things that can be done. It depends on the degree of difficulty or the degree of severity and what's going on or transacting on the other end of that phone. Um, they may be calling you just to, just to talk. You have some that may be afraid to call because they're in fear of the individual that they may be in a relationship with, but they don't know how to escape it. I had a conversation with someone today that talked about the, what is it? Some of the signs, and one of the signs that we discussed was narcissism. Um, and there's a thing called NPD, narcissistic personality disorder, that they brought up. And this person said that they went through therapy, was talking to a therapist, and as they were describing what was happening with the person that was abusing them, that NPD was a telltale sign, and the guy that was displaying it was giving textbook, like, textbook signs. I mean, as soon as they read it, they knew exactly what it was. They said it was boom. And they were able to identify it. And in identifying it, the narcissistic person automatically took defense, because I found that what some people will do is they will abuse you, and then they'll blame you for the abuse that they're putting on you, because well, you made me do it. You tick me off. You push my buttons, and now you have to suffer the consequences for what it is you've done. I don't think anyone deserves to be abused. I understand that we all have triggers. We're all human beings. I do believe that we have a responsibility to conduct ourselves as such, because every action that we take part in, or everything that we do, they say for every action there's an equal and opposite reaction. So with that being said, how do we conduct ourselves? How do we make things what they're supposed to be? Um, so with that being said, we have to look at telltale signs. Are you a person that invites conflict? Are you a person that likes to argue? Are you a person that likes to push buttons because you're seeking attention? Are you the victim who, no matter what you say or do, you're on the receiving end of the things that I've just described? Um, I want to be able to point out some of the things, some of the telltale signs and indications that there's help needed. So, with that being said, let me check something real quick here. I do apologize. I'm doing a lot of things at one time, but this is how we're going to get this going. Um, I gave that scenario that I talked about earlier to my cousin, and he was giving me his opinion on it. And let's see. I think this is the old one. It says, oh, crap. Okay. It says 1 week ago. Okay, cuz, give me a second. Give me a sec. Oh, that does say one. Oh, wow. It is the wrong one. Okay. I'm glad he showed that. Okay, let me see something. Share. Da, 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 da. Okay. The Unity by Default show. Quick sec. Now this should be showing me the live, but it's not doing that. I'm wondering what's going on here. Okay, there we go. All right, this is the one. Yeah, I made a little mistake there. So sorry, so sorry. Okay, share. Bingo. Recent. Okay, that's the right one. Sorry, I sent the wrong link out. Gets to be like that sometimes. Okay, we got other people coming into the room. That's good. That's good. I'll be looking forward to a call from Lynn Witherspoon soon from Roll Call. I'll probably be giving hopefully I may get a call from Milton Golden as well. I would like for them to be able to explain what Roll Call is and the importance of what they do in the community. And we're going to join up and we want to be able to, again, have some open discussions and see what some of the common problems or concerns or questions that some of the young people in the community have, because we as elders or big homies or examples in the community, we have a job to help guide and uh, lead them in the right direction. Without proper guidance, we have a problem. Sit there for me. So as soon as I can get those individuals on the line, I'll get them on the line and we'll see if we can get things cracking. I'm also sending the link out to others so that I can get this where I see it going. Again, I just came in tonight wanting to what's the word? Wanting to open the forum and see if I could get some conversations started with some of my compadres out there, fans, friends, all of that good stuff. With that being said, where we at? Where we at? Where we at? That's good. Done. And boom. Okay. So right now, I'm gonna play a song real quick because I got to step out for a quick second. Um, and the song that I'm going to be playing is a song that should be heard around the world. It's from the album, my debut album, Lessons in Life. It can be purchased on Amazon, Google, as well as iTunes. You can listen to it right here on YouTube. I will put the link in the message center with the description. Any and all support is welcome. With that being said, if we have any call-ins, I welcome those. For those who are in the room, please check in, say something, and feel free to wish my mother, God rest her soul, a happy birthday. I want to send out a happy birthday to DJ Lady P, Pamela Chan, her little niece or cousin, Kenya, and her grandson. I don't know Malcolm's son's name. Okay, hold on 1 second, please. Again, I'm going to let a song play real quick. This is myself featuring Ange 13. And, oh, okay, Miss Spoon is here. She's in the room. All right, that's Lynn Witherspoon from from Roll Call. Hold on a second. All righty then. All right, we got people joining the chat. That's cool. That's cool. I appreciate it. Again, I'm about to run one of my songs real quick. The Question, featuring myself and Jay Adams or Slick and Ange 13. Again, the name of this song is The Question.
What is this? Tell me what is this? Tell me what is this? Tell me what is this? They're using calculators, can't figure out the math.
I will be right back.
Forgot our father's struggles, we on a broken path. Wanna skip the process, collect the whole reward. Spend money that I don't have, go buy but can't afford. No,
So
no,
get it
no,
right,
no.
people tricked, hoodwinked in the dark of the night. Beat down my people, still they fought for our rights. Found the strength, taught love, held hands, community. They killed Malcolm and Martin. It's time to start up this unity. Time passed, slip, money come, skip family. Got a big head thinking nobody can handle me. Conquer and divide, but forgot about your health. It's that new age lynching, he paid you, killing
Is there
yourself.
something in the water or something in the air? What is it that we're learning? Why don't we seem to care? A random act of violence, a brutal act of force. Our babies killing babies, and they have no remorse. I can't discipline my children without going to jail. You're closing all my schools down. My child is bound to fail. Ain't got no health insurance. If I buy it, I can't eat. Another homeless veteran with blisters on his feet.
I've been gone for a while. Now I'm back, thought we had it made. 2015, modern day shot, jack of spades. Soldier at heart, ready, able, always willing. I fought for this country, now my fight is for the children. Assemble to the right, I ignite, thought you knew this. Thought that I would stand down, you must be foolish. No other one to say this, no need to pretend. You got a child, parent, no time to be their friend. You're right, in their sights, it's an all-out manhunt. Used to be a time when us blacks owned storefronts. Rising to the top, unity, it was in our sight. Music change, drugs rule, puff, smoke away your rights. Teens like zombie, law cause you feeling. Claim you smoking herb, now you hard and you killing. Used to have the answer, now you searching for suggestion. I'm guessing only God has the answer to these
Something in
questions.
the water, or something in the air. What is it that we're learning? Why don't we seem to care? A random act of violence, a brutal act of force. Our babies killing babies, and they have no remorse. I can't discipline my children without going to jail.
Going to jail.
Closing all my schools down. My child is bound to fail.
All right. Lady T is now in the building. What's happening? What's happening? Tina Brown. Lady T, a.k.a. Pinky, is now in the building. All right. Again, we've opened up the door. We got an open discussion going on tonight. I was talking to Miss Spoon, who is now in the chat room, Linda, about opening up a forum, and they have an organization called Roll Call. Linda, if you would like to, please call in. You got my personal number. You can call in on the UBD number, which is the 1708-688-9585. That number again, 708-688-9585. I really want to open the door and open the line of communication to some of our young people, because I've noticed that there are some young parents out here that are having some problems relationship-wise, as well as parental-wise, with some of the challenges that are going on with the children. We have some as it pertains to co-parenting. We have some with the ability to learn. A lot of the problems that are occurring today are financial, and there are many challenges. I just want to be able to see people put some solutions, some viable solutions on the line, and see how it is we can address these things, and getting a good start on rebuilding the community and bringing some value to it. I think the level of value in the community has taken a nosedive over the past few decades, with the changes in the laws, the changes in the household structures. Some would attribute it to education. Some would attribute it to earning potential, family structure. There are many, many challenges that have been introduced to us, and we've kind of just went with it as they came along. And without name of hit song is The Question. So many ask, especially about our children. Absolutely, Tina. She be dropping diamonds when it comes to stuff like this. I watch a lot of her Facebook posts with a lot of very, very thought-provoking questions, and no pun intended, but that's the name of the song. And I think she does it to see exactly where people's mindsets are, and again, what we're going through. We have so many things that are on the line. We're talking about safety. We're talking about finance. We're talking about what ifs. We have so many what ifs out there. It's ridiculous. And we have I think, a glitch in the line of communication. I think the ability or inability to communicate with each other has grown dramatically over the past few decades. I think it has to be. I think it has to do with the way the family structure has changed. I think it has a lot to do with what's being publicized and what's being promoted. I think it has a lot to do with the value systems that we have, or may be lacking in certain areas. Again, if anybody would like to call in and chat, I welcome all phone calls. Again, I want to be able to talk to Lynn about Roll Call, because I want to introduce hold on, let's see what Tina got to say here in the comments. Please leave your comments so the world can see y'all's perspective, opinion, and concerns and resolutions. Absolutely. Wow. Hey, that's what it say on the thing. I didn't do that. That's the way it's showing up. Ooh wee. That's something that you can control though. I think that, however, you must have I don't know how you did that, but yeah, that's how it's showing up. Ooh wee. You should have logged in from your Lady T account. She said, "Really, my government name? Yeah, it be like that sometimes." Mine shows up as Doc Illa, DOCILLI. Matter of fact, we finna do one better. We finna there we go. I just like to hear that sometimes. That's something that you control though.
To accept, press 1.
DOCILLI. Oh, wait a minute. I need to turn it off on my phone. Hold on. How you doing, Lynn?
Hi, I'm confused. I'm trying to I got you on my laptop now so I can have
Okay.
my
You have to
phone
mute
free,
the.
but it's not on the same
No,
frequency.
I need you to turn the sound down on your laptop because I can hear it in the background.
Okay.
That way, when me and you are conversating, you'll hear it later on what's called. It'll come through a few minutes later. But if you're playing it, that's why when you call into radio stations, they tell you to turn the volume down or mute your volume because it'll be double. You'll hear it. It'll be weird. It'll be like an echo.
Okay, well, I got a few minutes.
Okay.
But go ahead.
So, welcome to the Unity by Default show. So glad you could join me tonight. I told you I was going to go on, and man, I'm really, really glad that you called. I wanted to shed some light on the organization that you and Milton got going with the roll call, and wanted to be able to introduce this to our public and show some of tell the people about some of the things that you offer and be able to open up the line of communication with some of the people that you deal with and be able to address some of the problems, concerns, or questions that they may have. And they may be looking for guidance for somebody, a father figure like myself, or a big homie, or, we're here to address anything on the Unity by Default show because what I found is a lot of us have the same concerns and same problems in common. And what we need to be able to do is bring them to the table with the community and others who are going through maybe the same things, because a lot of people think that when they have problems or concerns or worries that they're the only one going through it. And what I want to be able to do is show people that we all have something in common. And sometimes if there's someone within our group that expresses a concern or something of that nature, that is something that maybe they have a resolution or a way to resolve these issues that we may be going through, or a different perspective on how we're looking at it. So with that being said, can you tell us a little bit about what you do, what you and Milton do in roll call?
Okay. Well, our motto, I'm going to first start by saying our motto is empowering the ex-offender in order to prevent the next offender. Our motto alone is pretty much what we do. We empower those that have had backgrounds, not so squeaky clean backgrounds. We empower them to know their self-worth, to help them to get back on track. And once that's done, we hope that they stick around long enough to start empowering other individuals, their peers and the youth, in order for them not to go the same route in which they went. We have done like job readiness, going over interview questions and helping them to address those tough questions when they're going for a job, even before the job. It's mentoring. A lot of mentoring takes place. Urban life skills to teach them how to reintegrate back into society once they've been incarcerated. Those sort of things. And then right now, like especially with the youth, we have youth between the ages of 16 to 24 that's been incarcerated also, that we meet with them once a week. We do something called Transformation Tuesdays. Like every Tuesday, we get on a call for a few hours, and we just help them to deal with a lot of things. We have trauma-informed sessions. We've had people from the Animal Cruelty Society to come on and teach them how to train animals and stuff like that. And I know people like, well, what? It's a method to all that. Like sometimes people unfortunately care more about animals than they do about human beings. And if you can capture them in that moment and teach them how to care for a being, another living being, then hopefully they'll get that message and start caring for their peers and their neighbors and their community, just as they care for another living being. We offer just support systems for family reunification, bringing them back in fold with their families. Okay. We offer all those things, and we're constantly here for them. And you bear witness as well, because we've brought you to you, Doc, so you can mentor them as well with us, along with us, because some of them don't want to go to college after high school or after they've been in trouble or whatever. So I like that you come from that aspect of a military background, and you are stern and firm with them as well. And we've brought young people to you. And we've also taken your music into the courtroom when we go advocate for those youth on 1100 Hamlin, when they're at the detention center, Juvenile Justice Detention Center, when we're going to court for them, advocating for them, saying, hey, give them another chance, put them with our organization and see once they turn their life around. And I put a copy of your CD. I like the music that you played earlier. That was one from off the CD, but I've given like Judge Jones down at the courthouse, and he loves the CD, the positive message that you're putting out. So I thank you for even sharing your platform to let us speak, but you're doing great things too. And I have to say, you help us also with these young people, and it's greatly appreciated.
I mean, on that particular song that you're talking about, The Question, and Tina, she said it to me one time. She said, man, I fought, when she listened to it, she said, you got a line in that song that's so strong, it's ridiculous. He said, I fought for this country, now my fight is for the children. And I mean that wholeheartedly, because it's tripped out. I remember that was a lyric in Whitney Houston's song, I believe the children are the future, and that's what it is. And without them, I mean, boom, we have nothing. But in order for them to be productive, we have to teach them. So with that being said, you gave a pretty eloquent breakdown of roll call and what you're doing to help those who have been incarcerated, the reintroduction back into, the civilian life, and offering them structure through programs. Again, some of the young people that you brought through to the studio that I've had a chance to interact with, that's been on a movie set with us, And man, I appreciate the fact that you all have introduced my music to, the people and the judges and things of that nature. It's all about us helping each other. It's a community effort that it has to happen this way. And we have to set the example. And I met you and Milton through my brother, through my little brother. Everybody thinks he's my big brother, but my little brother.
Yeah.
Everybody thinks that. It's like, yeah, man, your big brother. When they say your big brother, I think they're talking about my big brother Clarence. They go, no, Big Rap. I'm like, no, that's my little brother, man. It's funny because
Yeah, but you know what? Something you just mentioned. I forgot. Yeah, you were also on the movie set with us.
yes,
Those are some of the programs that we offer as well. Just to bring them in. You know, we produce anything through creativity.
right,
Right now, we're relaunching our creative design, where they're making T-shirts and hats and their own brands, learning how to be entrepreneurs. A lot of them are interested in the art, so Doc has worked with us with doing some plays. We've done productions, and they were all in. We got a lot of material, and these young people are awesome, and if you give them something to do, they'll stay engaged. If it's something they like to do, they'll stay engaged. And while they're engaged, you can mentor them and you could pour some good stuff into them. And just right quick before I forget, you can find us. Right now, our website is under construction because we got a lot of new things going on. But our website will be up shortly. It's rollcallcommunityservice.org. And you can also find us on Facebook at Roll Call, that's ROLLCALL, Illinois. And that's the Facebook. And we're located in North Lawndale, but we service Chicago.
can you do me a favor and either type that in the search bar, in the chat bar, so it can pop up on the screen, or either take the link and copy it and paste it in there so the people can look at it. Some people come back and view this days later, months later, but once the material is out there in the air, then hey, it's there for everybody to gather, to witness, to become a part of. But like I say, what you're doing, man, is valuable to the community. And my goal is to make sure that it keeps going and to make sure that we offer a platform where you're able to share this information. I definitely want to get some of those younger people that you're talking about on the show. I want to be able to address some of the issues that they may be having, um, offer some perspectives or some guidance to getting to that next that next plateau that they're trying to reach in life. I have crazy experience, military wise and civilian wise, and I've been able to avoid a lot of the situations that have gotten some of the people incarcerated. And if I have anything to offer guidance wise, I'll be more than happy to do it. Um, I definitely want to have Milton on the show as well because that brother got a wealth of information. And me and him were talking extensively the other day about what we need to do. So, what I'm going to do is continue to push it through my music because, again, I'm just trying to set the example, just trying to be, a part of the solution. Nobody has all the answers, but together, collectively, we can get a lot done.
Absolutely.
With that said, I wanted to ask, how long has Roll Call been around? How did you all get started?
It's been around since 2006. Well, actually, yeah, 2006. We've been incorporated. Roll Call was started from ex-offenders. A majority of ex-offenders, I believe it was maybe like one or two people that wasn't, but it was started by ex-offenders. And Milton Golden is one of the co-founders. They came together. It was like a few of them that had been um, home from prison, and no one at the time. Now, since all the funding is going to reentry services, oh, we got a gang of reentry um, people that's doing reentry work. But back then, it wasn't a lot. And when they came home, and even some of the bigger organizations that was around doing reentry services, you had like a couple of months to come in once you come home, you have a few months. They'll give you to get your stuff together, and if you don't have it together, pretty much they will stop helping you. And even although society, although you paid your debt to society, you come home, society still was not receiving you, was not welcoming you, and it was hard. And Mr. Golden and a few other ex-offenders would come together and have meetings and say, "Hey, we got to do something about this because we need to be each other's support system." And it kind of became something like a re-entry circle, like where it's like how NA people and the Narcotics Anonymous people and the Alcohol Anonymous people, they come together weekly, and they have sponsors, and they help each other, and they meet at a weekly basis. Well, that's kind of how the reentry circles and forums were. They started meeting regularly, helping each other, and they formed roll call and said, "Hey, we're going to start helping we're going to start helping offenders before they come home." Like, I don't even really like that word ex-offender anymore, but that's a whole nother stigma. But they decided, we're not going to just wait till people come here. We're going to start reaching out to our brothers and sisters while they're locked up and say, "Hey, when you come home, pay me a visit." And then they started talking about the things that they want to do to help make the transition from prison back to the free world, and it was another gentleman that had some experience starting up organizations, and so he did that with the Secretary of State. He charted it, made sure it was all the T's was crossed, the I's was dotted, and then they began to go at funding. And it was unfortunate, funding didn't even come in the organization so maybe like 10 years later, which was sad, but they still continue to meet on a regular basis. They continue to be each other's support system. They kept their paperwork up to date. And when someone finally decided to put some resources behind them financially, they were able to really start making a difference. I hear people, it's one thing to do stuff just for the money, but when it's something that you've lived, you've experienced, like I've been a troubled youth. That's what drew me to roll call, because I was once that kid in the Audi home, and trying to get out the Audi home and stuff like that. So that is what drew me to give back, because somebody had to help me. Somebody had to invest in me. And most of the people that's involved in roll call have a story that, hey, that once was me. I was a troubled youth or a troubled young adult, and I got my stuff together, and now I'm giving back. And that's pretty much how roll call was started. And it's experienced some hiccups, but we're still going strong. We're still true to this, with or without funding. People have known us to be doing this for years, so they're going to continue to come, and we're going to continue to help. And that's just how it is.
Wow. So I'm looking at this and I'm thinking about everything that you just said, and it's incredible. It seems like with what you're doing, it was um, it was almost like it was written that we would meet because what you're doing, you're unifying and taking responsibility, um, and you're trying to avoid situations or heal situations that are already in effect. So with unity by default, again, it's either come together or we'll perish separately. So it's pretty incredible that we actually linked up the way that we did, and it seemed like it was just magical from the very beginning because we've been in touch ever since. I'm looking at some of the
Yeah.
comments that Tina has put inside the in the chat here, and there was one in particular. Oh yeah, she asked a question. She said, "Besides rappers and athletes, who else can our children look up to respectfully?" And I like that, and that's the reason that I like to come in and do what we're doing right now. Again, my background is mostly military. I'm from the streets of Chicago. I was fortunate enough to have never gotten in any trouble, um, but I definitely know that side because I come from that. I come from the neighborhoods, and a lot of people that have went through it. I've known these kids, and unfortunately, a lot of this was happening while I may have been away in the army. So to come back and be able to take my experience and offer some level of coaching or just being some type of positive example, I think is essential. It said it takes a village to raise a child, and we are that village. I mean, we used to look up to your Martin Luther Kings and your Malcolm X's, but we're those cats now. So somebody has to do it. And when I look at, like I say, with yourself and Milton, man, I'm ecstatic just knowing that y'all out there doing it, and I definitely want to be a part of it. So my support will always be there for you. Anything you need from me, from the studio
We
to filming,
appreciate you.
DJing, anything. I have no problem doing anything for you.
Yeah, and we definitely appreciate you, Doc.
So with that being said, I would definitely like to know when we can get together with some of the people that's in the program, just to see, to find out, like just to have an open forum and find out what some of the challenges are so we can help build this community. Because you did say something within there. You said you had ex-offenders, but you had some people that weren't offenders at all. And I thought that was interesting. So you're inviting anybody to come in. Again, it's a community organization that's about helping people. So, I mean, that's a win-win situation to me. And I'm thinking that you didn't have funding, but you still made it happen.
Yeah, absolutely. And we don't turn young people away right now. We're focused on the age group of, I'll say about 11 years old, all the way to 24. That's our focus on that
Okay.
age group. And whenever we can, we try to like separate the groups, like have this group come in to do stuff and then have this older group to come in to do stuff, like that, But yeah, some of them have been court involved. That's really what I like to say, because when you're a young person and when we're dealing with the inequality of how they're arresting our young black boys and now girls, I got young girls that just had simple fights, stuff that we did when we were in school that we just may have gotten a day of suspension of school.
Right.
They are kicking them out of school. They're arresting them for a fight, and then they come to me to do community service.
Wow.
And so I explain that to like people that say, you have the kids with no background to be with the kids with background. And I'm like, look, yes, because they can learn from one another.
Yes.
Not to mention, it can happen to anybody.
That's true.
My daughter got kicked out of school, and I had to get an attorney. They had something at one time doing like a zero tolerance, and she had something as a simple fight, and they kicked them out of school, and I had to get an attorney, and I fought for my daughter to have what was due to her. She have a right to a education, So I fought for that. And the assistant principal was so angry because when everybody else said, okay, my kid is kicked out, they just went on. I refused to leave. And I refused, and they kept calling me saying, Mrs. Westbrook, why won't you put your child in the alternative school? I said, because she's not going. She's going to the regular public school. And so they, at the hearing, I had to go to a hearing.
Wow.
At the hearing, the superintendent said, I'm looking at your daughter's grade. She's an honor roll student.
Boom.
Has been an honor roll student from the time she got here.
Wow.
It's obvious that something didn't go right here. And zero tolerance is not meant to kick honor roll students out of school. It's meant to deal with people that was constantly creating issues. So he said, but he pulled me to the side separate from the assistant principal that kept trying to get her to stay out of school. And he said, I'm going to have to deal with that because I don't understand. She didn't made it, talking about the assistant principal, she has made it personal with your daughter and her, and I'm not understanding that. He said, so what I'm going to do is we'll let her stay out of school for the remainder of this semester. Could you please just take her to the alternative school for the remainder of the semester? After that, when school starts back, she can come back. I said, fine. So I agree. That was the compromise. But even when I brought her back the next year, oh, wait a minute. Let me backtrack. And then when I took her to the alternative school, and the second day of class, she said, Mommy, you got to come in and talk to my teacher. And I said, what did you do this time? She said, he just want to know. He wants to talk to you. So I'm like, okay. So I parked the car, go into the alternative school, go through the detectives and metal detectives, go in the alternative school. And he said, what is she doing here? She don't belong here. She said, she in 2 days have completed so many assignments. If she keep going at this rate, you really won't have to bring her back here because she's finishing off. She don't belong here, And so that was another thing that just told me that they're throwing our children away.
There you go.
And if we let them, you know what I'm saying? If we let them, and everybody's mother is not like me. Is not as strong.
Right.
Do not have the financial backing to get an attorney to fight the system to try to throw my daughter away. You know what I'm saying? Everybody is not that vocal and that strong. So think about all our young people that's out there that's been dropped out of school, quit going to school because the system have just thrown them away.
Wow.
And we can't be the ones that tell them that they're not welcome. So I'm never going to tell a youth, even if they've been involved with the court a couple of times, I'm never going to tell them they can't come up in here and can't try to do something better. And to answer your question about when could you come talk to the young people,
yeah.
At the end of this month, I just got off the call with them today. We have like a youth committee meeting that happens every Thursday.
Okay.
And I just got off the call with them, and we're having. I just told you we're relaunching the entrepreneur class, so they can start making their appeal, and they're branding their own clothing line and showing them how to be young entrepreneurs. and we're going to open that up at the end of this month. Right now, we're doing some painting and getting the place, real nice for them.
Right. You were telling me
And
about that.
so, yeah, and when that gets up and running, which will be this month, it will be in March, because this is February, in March. Right. And you can, more than welcome, you can come and interview them, talk to them, and, just interact. They're some great young people. They are good young people with good hearts, great visions, and all they need is somebody to believe in them and not to give up on them. That's the thing. Don't give up. Because I got some young people that keep doing the same thing over and over and over. And I get tired. I'm not going to lie. I get tired. But I'm not going to ever tell them that, I give up. I still believe. I still believe that there's hope that one day they're going to get it and get it right.
Yeah, I mean, the whole thing with that is, think of it like this. People make mistakes, and for whatever reason, sometimes you got to hit your head a couple of times to get some sense knocked into it or to figure it out. And everybody doesn't learn at the same pace. I was reading some of these jewels that Tina put in the comment thing, and there's this one that's just blowing my mind right now. It says, what if we're talking about the children or anybody that's influential, can see a money brick phone, because you know how a lot of the rappers used to hold money up to their face like they talking on a brick phone? They said, what if they can see a money brick phone held up to a doctor, a lawyer, a teacher, a scientist, or an engineer's face? Would that inspire them to become those things? And I was like, I had to, that's something I had to highlight, because I'm looking at this and I'm like, that's dope. I'm like, something so simple, but was just articulated right there in the comments. And it makes me think about, I was mentoring down in Peoria, and I was asking the kids down there, I was like, I say, what do y'all aspire to be? I mean, I said, I came back here to talk to y'all because I wanted you to see somebody that looked like you, that was from a neighborhood like you, come back, because you've seen some of my accomplishments, but I want you to know that you could do this because I did it. And I guarantee you, all of y'all are just as smarter than I was. You're light years ahead of me. Technology-wise, all of that. I didn't have computers growing up. So my thing is, and one of the guys told me, he said, well, don't no doctors come back here to see us. It's like once they get on, they get out. And that's what we gotta change that. We gotta change that whole thing. So my success is dependent on the people that listen to my music, that watch what I do. And I'm just trying to set the example, as I'm sure that y'all are trying to do. And we need to make those people that are coming through that program successful. And I like the fact that you're intermingling those who aren't offenders with those who are. In fact, I got something that I want to try to introduce to your program. Me and a friend of mine were talking about, because I know, and I'm pretty sure you and Milton will have some insight on this, because I know that they have those vacant lots for sale in Chicago, right?
Yeah.
And when you get those vacant lots for sale, man, we have some of the richest soil in the country, believe it or not, because it's never been tilled before and used in that capacity. I was thinking, why don't we get together and start doing those community gardens? Because our kids need to learn how to live off of the earth. And when you learn how to grow your own vegetables and do things of that nature, we're taking them back to what our grandparents were doing. And to be able to teach them that at a young age means that they would be able to start teaching it, and it would become a regular part of their lifestyle. So I'm wondering how y'all would feel about doing that.
Doc, I love that idea. Why last week, like every week, we present something to them. Last week, I kid you not, we just did a environmental youth and their environment, how to keep your environment clean. And we had 2 short videos showing them on how small things affect our environment. And
There
we
you
talked
go.
about gardening in those videos. And at the end of our workshop, we had them, if they agree to make their surrounding and their environment better, to sign a pledge. And then they signed, a few of them signed pledges, and they said that they noted how they would make their environment better. Like something like riding a bike as opposed to trying to buy a car and driving, the gardening situation. Everything what you just said was talked about in these videos at the workshop. So I do believe that God, it's something about the universe when God just put like-minded people together, and you're saying what we just talked about, I kid you not, last week.
And see,
The
Tina just
environment.
said it perfectly. She said, our young people are brilliant, and they need to be told that a lot. It needs to be reiterated. When you,
Yeah.
man, I was talking to my boy. He's in Indiana, because me and him were talking about that. And he does gardening, and they're growing herbs, and they're selling herbs. And I was like, right now, our people need to be concerned with eating. And right now, with all the GMOs that are going into all of the canned goods and everything that you can buy on the shelf, why can't we just plant our own vegetables and they eat the way that they should eat? I mean, it's a win-win situation. And that whole thing, it's like the military. I have a lot to offer when it comes to structure and doing that. Me and Milton, we had an extensive conversation. In fact, when we got through talking, he said, I'm finna call Lynn right now. Y'all gonna get on the phone and we finna make this happen, Doc. I love Milton because he passionate too. He be like, nah, we gonna make this happen right now. He said, you gonna write the
he
new
don't want to
song?
waste no shit. Yeah,
Hey.
he's just like, let's do it. Quit talking about it, do it.
Like, ain't no tomorrow. Let's do it right now.
Mm.
Hey, that's my man, 10 grand. I mean, when I called him, he hit me back so quick, and you could tell he was smiling when he was on the phone. And I'm like, man, it's just a good thing, man. I get a good feeling, man. We get in that environment, and I see things coming together. So I think this is gonna work out well. Man, we all got a lot to offer, and I think that's what needs to happen is, for those that don't feel any type of self-worth, we need to assess, teach them something, and assign some value to their lives, because I found something out. You have people that have problems, and there are many people that have the same problems. But the difference between a person that doesn't get anywhere, that has those problems, and a person that gets everywhere is the purpose. And once you teach them something, that purpose will be their driving force. I was born to do this. Yeah, I was born to do this. Who needs a job?
Yeah. I can't see myself doing nothing else, and even if I do, everything I do, it keeps bringing me back to how can I incorporate this with the youth.
Yeah,
everything
man.
that I'm doing. Yeah. But I do have to get off the call because I am in the middle of a midterm.
Okay, hey, man, get your education. I appreciate you. I appreciate you getting on the line and giving me the time that you gave me, introducing the world to Roll Call, and we're gonna take it to the next level. Because I'm sure, I guarantee you, somebody's gonna hit me up about this video. Anybody that's in the room that's checking this out, please hit the like button, the share button, and the subscribe button. Please, again. It's scrolling through the bottom of the thing, and I'm going to lead it up there every time we have a video. Please like, share, and subscribe, because I want to get this up to 1,000, then 2,000, then 10,000, then 1,000,000, and we'll be getting paid for that because our channel will become monetized. And that's the whole goal. We're going to figure out a way to eat, and we're going to figure out a way to doing things.
Yeah, and thank your partner, the lady T. She does have some great nuggets. I'm reading the chat,
Yeah,
um, and she does bring up some real valid points.
she
Yeah, I
said,
think I put the roll call information in the page, but I'm gonna also drop my. This is my cell number.
you say you put the roll call
And
information in there. I'm looking in the comments right now to see if I see it. Oh,
yep, and I'm also
cause she just put
gonna
what's her
put
info? Like with the website again. She said that the website is under construction, so please be patient with that. However, you can go to the YouTube. I mean, not the YouTube, but the Facebook channel. And
yep,
man, y'all can get in touch with them with that because again, what we have to do is come together and become a family with this. And I'm telling you, this is going to be bigger than people think. I'm not tripping about it right now. If we got 10 people, we'll have 1,000 in no time. It's just a matter of everybody coming together and seeing what needs to be done. With that being said,
absolutely.
I appreciate you, man. You have no idea. I see your information is there. And so what we're going to do, I'm going to like and share and subscribe it myself. I mean, I'm going to set the example for what I'm asking others to do. Again, I appreciate you,
Okay.
man. You can check in anytime. Anytime we're having a live broadcast, I will absolutely be sending you the link and we'll take it from there.
Okay, you be blessed and happy birthday, Mom Princess. And
Yes, I
heavenly birthday.
appreciate you, man. You know, hey, I'm pretty sure she's singing up there.
All right.
All right,
Talk to
thanks
you soon.
again. Take it easy.
Bye bye.
Boom. Man, so that was Lynn Weatherspoon, one of the heads over there at Roll Call. Man, they've been in the game for what, 14, 15 years now. I thought that was an excellent call. Tina, boy, you dropping diamonds in that chat room tonight, man. That's what I'm talking about. Man, why don't you get on the line, Tina? Let's see what you got to say. I know you got some stuff that you need to put out because we always have all of this great information that we be running back and forth with each other. And by the time we get on the line, we be out of breath. So, man, this is a good time if you want to boom, bring it in and drop some diamonds on the people because I thought that was a very productive call. And once people share it, I think things are going to grow. And anybody that comes in, please wipe your feet, hit the like, the share, the subscribe, and let's get this party started. Let's keep it cracking. Oh, let's see here. I want to go back through here and see if anybody else checked in. Most devastating thing we do wrong to our children is comparing them to others, which can be viewed eventually as a competition. Take the time, ask them, what are you good at? Then we must feed that idea. You know what? That's absolutely true. And that whole thing is like when they came up with the term race. If you look up the term race, a race is a competition. So we went from being people to black and white and other things. And instead of working together, we're competing against each other. How can we get anything done when one person has to win instead of us all being successful moving as a unit? In the military, I was always taught that teamwork was the overall objective, and safety was the most important thing when we were doing anything that was leading to that objective. So I think that's what needs to be incorporated in our lifestyle. Sort of treat it like it's the military, and I think we'll get a lot further than we've gotten thus far because this whole competition, it ain't getting us nowhere. If a building's on fire and we need to get the people out, or if something's falling on a person, is it easier for the one person to try to save them while everybody watches, or maybe everybody lifting and putting a hand in and working together? With that being said, I don't have much more to add. If we don't have any more callers, or Tina, unless you want to call in and add something, I'm going to get ready to wrap this up. I'm trying to see exactly how long it is we've been going here. Boom, boom, boom. And it says 4 watching right now. Who else is in the building? If you're in the room, please check in. Let us know who you are. Let us know where you're from. Say something. Hi. What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Please share the video. Like. I don't see any likes there. What's going on? Y'all don't like us? Okay. Oh, there we go right there. Yeah, I do see a couple of likes there. Boom, 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 boom. 4 watching. 3 up. Man, we've been on for an hour already. Over an hour. Interesting. Okay. Again, we were on with Lynn Witherspoon of Roll Call. She has her number in the comments section. I'm going to be hooking up with them soon to try to help some of the people that are in the okay. Oh, Michael Brinson. What's up, cuz? How you feeling, man? Glad you was able to join us. Did you hit the like, share, and subscribe button? Hopefully you did, because you're a smart man. If you got anything that you would like to, you got here late. Okay, it's all good. It's all good. Yeah, we just had a good conversation about roll call, about some of the options that we're going to be using to bring something to the community. Lynn Witherspoon, she was just in with us. She was talking about Roll Call, an organization who are helping people who are former offenders reacclimate back into society. They're teaching them things. They're helping people before they get out of the system. And man, just bringing some things to the table to try to improve what's going on. I'm going to be going out to talk to some of the people that she's working with. They have people who are ex-offenders as well as people who have never been locked up. And it's a good little mesh. But we just talked about going and purchasing some of these vacant lots in the Chicago area and actually doing some of the community gardens. And she sounded real excited about it. I think that'll be good, because we'll be teaching them a life skill, a survival skill, a networking skill, and just something that's positive as far as a community building thing. It's a family thing. So that's really going to add to the whole unity by default element. If you got anything you'd like to talk about, if you want to call in, you know my number. You can hit that one that's scrolling across the bottom of the screen, or you can hit me on my private line. Either way, I'll answer. So, man, I'm kind of excited, man. I'm liking the way things are going. I'm just noticing right now that I have on my question shirt. It's got a line from my song. I fought for this country, now my fight is for the children. And that design is by myself. Boom, you see the brother with the afro pick in there? If you can, you should get her in contact with Carl. Boom, I got you. That's perfect. As a matter of fact, it seemed like, I don't know if I ever introduced them to Carl, but we'll make that happen, cuz. We would definitely make that happen. That's a good idea. As a matter of fact, give me a call, man. Let me pick your brain for a minute while we're here on the Unity by Default show. Yeah, this is my cousin, Glenn Michael. What you got? The mayor gave him an award today. Wow, get out of here. Oh, cuz doing big things. Tell him I said congratulations. Man, them Brinsons, boy, them Brinsons ain't no joke, partner. K. Brinson, as in Carl. That's all right. Man, got an award from the mayor today. I think we're going to give this show about 6 more minutes. We've been on for 124. 5 minutes. There you go, right there. Can you hear me, cuz?
Yeah, I can hear you. I muted YouTube.
There you go. See, that's what I ain't even have to say nothing. That's what I'm talking about. What's happening with you, cuz?
Yeah, man, just got off work, trying to run a couple of errands.
Oh, okay. That's what's up. Yeah, man, I think the show was productive tonight, man. I ain't seeing many people in the room, but who knows how many people are gonna watch it afterwards. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's a good thing about YouTube. You can always come back and listen to it or watch it later.
Like, subscribe, and share, cause I gotta build up this. Gotta build it up. But man, I like the
Yeah.
idea of learning how to do the community garden and teaching people how to grow their own food. And man, when you
Yeah,
teach that to kids, man, you giving them purpose and a life skill.
yeah, because our cousin Greg's daughter, Latricia Muffin. I don't want to say her name like that, but Latricia Treese. She that's what her big thing is. She joined NAACP just to be a part of that, because they got a piece that they doing with that. I was
Really?
just like, oh, okay, it's with the environmental sector,
Really?
and whatnot. So I'm like, okay, yeah. So
So
it's in the works. It's crazy that like every time we listen to, like every time I hear people speak, we all kind of doing the same things, but I guess we all don't know unless we, kind of
we
chime in
need
with
to
each other.
all get together and do that, because man, that introduction that they doing from these people that's been incarcerated, man, again, it's a skill. And they said that they had the people that haven't been incarcerated intermingling with the ones who have. And I'm like, that's deep, because they have something to offer each other. Like some of the
Yeah,
things that the people who haven't been incarcerated, man, they can teach them some of the things where these are things that you don't want to do, so you don't end up in the situation I was in. And maybe those people who haven't have something to offer those who just got out. So it's a win-win situation. That's unity by default. It's defined.
that's true. That's true. I mean, I wish I could have came in and chimed in a little bit earlier when you all was talking about what we spoke about earlier, but
Oh yeah.
uh,
I mean, it was brief. I mean, unless you got somebody that's going through something, it really wasn't much to talk about. So I was just trying to drop a couple of little jewels in there. But I got faith that we're gonna have. I mean, it's gonna be many more shows, inshallah. Um, I
okay.
plan on going, live as much as I can. What you think about my UBD backdrop?
Oh yeah, that's dope. I like the black and white and stuff. Only thing is though, right, with the comment or whatever, right? I'll be seeing like on YouTube when they had a comment, the comments pop in and pop out, but it's cool to leave it that too. It's your show.
Yeah. You know what? And that one there has been there for a long. I wonder why that one stayed up. The other ones did just pop in and pop out. That is tripped out. That's the only one that just
Yeah.
stayed up. Because I got my little rolling thing there. But it's all good.
Yeah, it's all good. Like I say, for it to be this early in the game, you know what I'm saying, it's perfect.
Oh, yeah, man. I mean, just being able to go live from YouTube, it used to be a challenge, dude. You used to have that 1,000 viewers first. But now we can build up the content and boom, run with it. And I think that we're on the right track. I look at it like that, man. It's all positive to me.
Yeah. I was gonna chime in on what Lady T was saying about the comparing thing. Only issue I would kind of sort of see with that is that if you don't compare them to something, they kind of won't have a metric to gauge themselves by. So it's like they be aimlessly doing something. Like even if we put them on a path, if they don't know what their end goal is, and we can't like kind of promote it from within us to them, they'll be just kind of aimlessly doing the same thing. So I understand we shouldn't be in competition, but there got to be something to measure your progress by too. So
Well, and
that's
another
what we're
element,
doing.
what I used to do with my soldiers, in order to figure out what their strengths was, I used to compete with them. And I used to let them know that if y'all let an old man like me beat you, it's something wrong. And they used to go hard. I still would beat them. But at a certain point, I started getting old. So I was like, I knew it was my time to dip out. But sometimes that's a motivational factor.
Yeah,
And
because
if you,
like with me and the kids at my job or whatnot, like yeah, I could play with them up until a certain age, but then I'm not going to be running down the court or whatever, trying to outdo them every time. Because it's like, man, if you don't got it in you, I'm not going to put it in you. And yeah, even
Right.
if you get better than me, I'm not a professional. So, you know what I'm saying? You got to have that self-motivating characteristic about yourself to keep something going.
Man, that's what's up. Man, I thought today was really, really productive. Because I just kind of came out of the blue with
It sounded
this.
like the young lady was spilling some gems.
Oh yeah, absolutely, man. Lynn, she good people. She really tripped me out when she said that her daughter they was trying to put in that all the time. Because I know her daughter, man. Her daughter is cold-blooded, dude. I'm talking about on a music tip. She was on one of those survival shows and won like, man, like a grip, dude, like the meal.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, one of them people. I'll send you a link to her channel, dude. She's off the chain, dude. That's Simone
Okay.
Kelly. Yeah, Simone Kelly music. Man, cool people, dude. Cool, real cool people.
Okay. Well, I guess I'll let you get back to the show, man.
All right,
I
cuz I'm
appreciate
about to wrap the
appreciate
show
you.
up, man. I'm about to wrap it up. I've been on for an hour and a half, man. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up, man. I appreciate you calling in, man. You kept your word. And
Yeah.
I'm just finna start strategizing and putting some things together because we finna get the man, I got a lot of things on the table. We're gonna have to sit down one day. I'm gonna have to get you over here. We're gonna have to sit down. I got a lot of things on the table. I'm trying to set up life for after when I get ready to retire. And man, I'm
Yeah.
gonna have things going, cuz.
Oh yeah. I guess it's something I want to ask you too about once we get off air too.
Okay,
But,
cool.
yeah, it's not t-shirts and stuff. So that's what I was gonna ask you. I remember later, but I forgot to text you, man.
Okay, well, check this out. I'm finna go ahead and end this live. Man, I want to thank everybody that tuned in. Please like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, man, I want to say peace to everybody. Hold on, cuz.
All right.
Boom. All right, I just ended the